beheading right here in America. Fears of domestic terror attacks growing by the minute. Should Americans be worried that an attack is imminent? Terrorism expert Walid Faris joins us. Nice to see you, sir.
Thank you.
And before we get to the broader issue of domestic terrorism, I'm curious. We have reports that the man who is accused in this horrible beheading, his name is Alton Nolan, but that he had changed his name for his Facebook page. And I've given you what we're told is his name. Does that have any significance if he changed his name?
Look, first, there is the environment of this change of name. I mean, beheading of a woman, loss of a job. It's too imbalanced. There must be something in the middle. Now we're learning that there is an attempt for conversion. That's fine. What did he say is very important. Now I look at the name. Alton Nolan becomes Jakim Yisrael. In Arabic, Azrael. Now Arab speakers understand the harvester of lives. But that doesn't give us enough evidence. It is something that we have to look at, but we need to read actually what was the content of his Facebook.
All right, so it's something that's suspicious but not determined.
Not determined.
Okay, all right. Now, the bigger issue, do we have to fear that ISIS is coming here? ISIS has typically been interested only in land and money and localized, hideous things over in the Middle East, but what about coming here?
No, things have changed because ISIS now has declared that all those who think like ISIS, all the jihadists, have a duty and obligation to start striking against the United States, United Kingdom, Australia. And what is interesting about ISIS, unlike Al-Qaeda, they want anybody, including those who do not have any connection to them, to do as much as they can, each one with his own method and way.
All right, so this is now apparently the Iraqi Prime Minister yesterday scared everyone, saying that they had information that the subways are going to be hit in Paris and in New York. Now, that has been debunked by the U.S. U.S. said that's not true. And I guess I wonder, is that just an effort to make us feel secure, and or is that still, a real threat out there?
Look, Greta, there is a standing order by ISIS. I would call it a standing guideline by ISIS to any jihadists around the world belonging to any country involved in the strikes on ISIS to do something about it. Now, of course, among the things they could do is to attack public transportation. But not every single cell, not every single individual can organize such a thing. So the Iraqis are telling us probably they heard something in the chat rooms, which is very possible. But it doesn't mean that this is going to happen for sure.
All right, so should we be panicked or not? I mean, it's like, it's sort of like we don't even know whether we should be, and who wants to be an alarmist for something? But on the other hand, look, some horrible things are happening around the world, and we want to be careful. So where should we be in this continuum of being secure versus being panicked?
Panic, no. Feeling secure and do nothing about it, also no. What we should do is to be alert. And our leaders, the president, congressional leaders, should be educating our public. We need to hear from them that there is a real threat. What kind of threat? For example, in this case, in terms of indoctrination, how does it happen? I am very interested in this case to bring it back. What were the words he used? Because these could be replicated around the nation. We need to know more.
How careful, this chatter, I imagine that this chatter goes on nonstop that the NSA and everybody's looking at. And I imagine they're speaking in code. We heard, in fact, Catherine Herridge told us last week that they speak in code. So how can we protect ourselves?
Look, the code is for operational actions. But the general guidelines are open. They are telling them you need to do as much as you can. There is an online guideline of 1,000 pages done 5-6 years ago. How many ways jihadists could do us harm? So what we need to do right now is to listen to who is radicalizing. We need to come much closer, earlier than the fact that when they are moving explosives and what they are trying to do in terms of sniping or killing. So when people are radicalizing is the moment that we have to be concerned about. Alert, but not panic.
Walid, thank you.
Thank you.
Well.